Parramatta and Penrith. It's always been the Battle of the West. The Panthers have had 6 long months to dwell on their finals defeat last year to the Eels and have counted down to this. A night for revenge. In this traditional local derby, there is more than just 2 competition points at stake.
They're going to make it! They're in! That is a fabulous try!
Over 17 seasons, Terry Lamb earned the rep as one of the toughest men ever to pull on a boot. A record 349 first-grade matches. 164 tries.
Now, Terry Lamb! Lamb! He scores! He is a magician!
As a coach, Barr served his apprenticeship at the Bulldogs with distinction. But now he steps up to the plate in first grade. At the Tigers, Terry Lamb is the new main man. And he can't wait for tonight's kickoff against the Roosters. And it's all here live on Nine's Wide World of Sports. The Penrith Panthers versus the Parramatta Eels. The West Tigers versus the Sydney Roosters. The 2001 doubleheader on Nine's Wide World of Sports.
For the 3rd year in a row, Stadium Australia is the venue for the launch of the National Rugby League competition. We have seen some wonderful sporting moments at the Olympic Stadium over the last 6 months, but tonight it is Rugby League that takes centre stage. Hello and thanks for joining us for our coverage of these 2 matches to kick off season 2001. And Paul Vorton, a long season that we're looking forward to. We've got Parramatta up against Penrith, followed immediately by the West Tigers up against the Sydney Roosters. But this first match, arch rivals, great way to launch the season.
Local derby's the way to go this weekend, and Penrith, look, not too many big name purchases for them off season, and Roy Simmons has actually lost a couple of players, and a couple of players pulled out of this game tonight. Here's their team, here's how they line up. Pretty good side, all pretty handy on paper actually by Royce. He's picked a good side. Jorgensen's a fullback, Beckett and Hicks on the wings. Girdlett will play despite a groin injury with Woods in the centres. Steve Carter, the 5'8" and captain. Matty Rodwell is the halfback. Cross Domick has moved from the centres into the second row this season with Scott Sattler, Frank Pulatua, Greenhill and Craig Gower. The interchange are Hopkins, Caddick, Rick and Jody Gall. And the Parramatta side, Hodgson's the fullback, Pat Richards on the wing with Jason Moody. Butner comes off the bench into the centres with Violecki. Daniel Wagon's the 5'8". There he is, Jason Taylor. Last year the Northern Eagles, this year with Parramatta, makes his debut for the Eels. Ryan's the lock, the Hindmarsh brothers in the second row. Wesley and Kalis the props. Brad Drew actually comes from Penrith to Parramatta. Interchange players Lyon, Vella, Marsh and Solomona.
Well, Paul, you highlighted Jason Taylor there. Can he be the man to take this Parramatta side one further game into a grand final? What's his role tonight?
Well, his role obviously will be as the playmaker and the general kicker, and I think it's a good buy by Brian Smith. He'll try and get the best out of Jason Taylor, albeit Jason knows he's at the end of his career. A speedy Parramatta side for mine, some good young forwards. I think they can just win, Pete, against the Penrith.
Yeah, I'm tipping a Parramatta victory as well. One of the big talking points during the off-season, of course, has been the amount of rule changes coming into the game. I think they are excellent. The man tonight who has got the handle on all of those, as well as the weather conditions, is on the sideline. Andrew Voss, welcome to you.
Yeah, welcome, Peter, to all our viewers as well. And first of all, on the weather conditions, very pleasant considering we're still in summer. So much so that the 2 teams have the option of having a drinks break midway through each half. They've declined that opportunity for this first game, the Panthers and Parramatta. So that certainly shows that it is perfect weather for football. Now, as far as the interchange is concerned, it is no more unlimited interchange. It's the 12-4 system, 4 players on the bench, a maximum of 12 changes through the game. And to ensure that there's there's no breach of the replacement rule during the year, they're introduced a card system. So as each player comes onto the field, he will report to the interchange official, pass his number on 1 all the way through to number 12. The other big rule change, I guess, that we all applaud, the video referee no longer can rule on the possibility of a forward pass in the lead up to tries. And Peter and Paul, I'm pretty sure that has got the support of the majority of rugby league fans.
I agree, Vossi. I think they're excellent rule changes. We might see a touch slower game, but I think a better game, more entertainment, more fatigue factor coming into it. Big loss tonight, of course, for Penrith, Pulatua and Adamson.
Well, they're two of their strike players in the forwards, and it's interesting to note that Sid Dobick, he's a good player, former Brisbane Bronco, now he was playing in the centres for the Penrith side. He's moved into the second row. I think he's a pretty good find there for Royce. He'll do the job. Yeah,
I think Parramatta can get the job done tonight. 2-1, they had the ascendancy last season. In fact, they knocked Penrith out of the competition in the semi-finals. I think they'll get off on a winning foot. We'll take a break now and be back with our first game in the doubleheader, the Panthers taking on the Eels.